Hi, and welcome to another episode of Beholding Out for a Hero, where the side track is the main track. Today, we're doing something a little different, but rest assured, we will still be running away from plot.
1, 2, 3.
I was late for that.
Yeah,
I felt it.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I heard 4 claps, so...
Nico, one job. One job.
Today, that's true.
That is true. I have no excuse today.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Beholding Out for a Hero, where the side track is the main track. Today, I am your GM. My name is John, and I will be running a special Halloween one-shot in Monster of the Week. We are now going to go ahead and go around and ask everyone our session question, which is, what is your biggest irrational fear? For me, it's sharks, because they don't really hurt people that often, but oh my god, they're scary. And the same goes for alligators and crocodiles. They're a bit more dangerous, but I'm rarely around them. But they just move under the water and you can't see them, and it's scary.
I feared alligators after I learned that they can climb chain link fences. Yeah, that's terrifying.
They can?
Yeah,
They're
they
so
can.
scary. Sharks are also older than trees, so I don't want to mess with them.
Yeah. But they're so cute.
Sharks or alligators?
Haven't you ever wanted to just boop their snoots?
No, it's a fist with teeth.
Deadliest boop.
Yeah, but they can't
Forbidden
open...
boop.
Their opening strength, not sharks, but the other ones, their opening strength of their jaws is really weak. So you can just hold it shut with your hands, and they're like, nah, I can't do anything. When you let go, that's when you start running.
I don't think I can outrun a crocodile.
That sounds so dangerous.
I've held 2 baby crocodiles.
Speed of a crocodile.
They can go like 20 miles per hour, right?
Crocodiles are really quick,
Really?
yeah.
In short bursts.
Yeah, 20 miles per hour.
In water or on land, though?
On land.
Oh, Jesus.
They don't move the surface of the water when they go through it.
Oh, alligators can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour on
Oh my
land.
god.
Hey, that's worse.
Though they are known to tire quickly.
It's just like in a very short burst, though.
Run for it, you're fine.
Who wants to answer next?
I'll go. My name's Ashley, and this episode I am not playing Miki. Are we introducing our characters yet?
Sure.
Yeah, do it as you go.
Great. I am playing Dorothy Ray. My title in Monster of the Week, I don't know how these things work, is The Flake. I am a conspiracy theorist cheerleader. Mine, Ashley, irrational fear is being buried alive in a box.
Okay, that's a good one.
Yeah, like I don't ever want to have to break out of a box like a coffin and then dig my way up 6 feet.
I don't really know if I'd consider that irrational, but... Yeah.
If sharks are irrational, that's irrational.
Fair.
I've been around more sharks than premature burials.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, this isn't 1890. It's not like it's happening every other Tuesday.
Yeah, is it worse now that we don't attach bells to the fingers of the corpses? So if they're alive, they can ring the bell and get unburied?
We're usually more sure.
Yeah.
Usually.
I think autopsies have advanced to this point.
They'll make sure for sure. If you go through with funeral processes, they're sure
Yeah,
you're
true.
dead.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, you are now.
Full of fluid now.
Oh.
I just thought of one of those, those, glitter-filled, jelly squeezers.
Oh no. Inside a human person's body.
If we ever get merch, can we do that?
Okay, wait, in what context?
It's just like one of our bodies, and it's filled with goo.
Just looks like a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
It's patches, but it's the off-brand patches with the really questionable, texture inside.
It's not even a regular episode of Beholding, and we're still getting fun Patches facts.
That's why Patches Anatomy is our free bingo space, right?
Yeah.
It's true.
We don't have bingo cards yet.
I'm working on it. I work full time. Leave me alone.
I feel like no plot progression should be on there.
That's true. That's a good one. That is a good one.
Is it no plot progression for the whole episode or no plot progression for exactly half the episode?
No plot progression for an hour.
Oh, okay.
Elaine, how about you go next?
Hi, I'm Elaine. Normally I'm Kitty with an IE, but today I'm playing Jenny. The monstrous? Do I need to describe her anymore? Or we're just going to figure that out in-game?
Who also may or may not eat people.
You don't have to do it right now.
Yeah.
You have a type, and you're allowed.
My irrational fear is I'm not scared of heights, but I'm scared of walking on top of surfaces I could see below. So, it doesn't matter if I'm walking across a grate where you could see 2 inches below and you could see the ground, I just get scared. Or if I'm 50 feet up in the air and I'm walking across a glass panel, it's the exact same. Or if I'm walking 100 feet up in the air, but it's solid, I'm fine. But if I could see through it, then it terrifies me.
So you're never doing one of those glass platforms in China that's like 10,000 feet up in the air?
No. Dude, I walk around just sewer grates that have large openings. So yeah, nope. That's not in my future.
Is it like that you think you're gonna fall through, or you think something's under there?
It's just Pennyworth. Pennyworth is always waiting for you underneath a semi-transparent barrier.
Yeah, I think when I can see through it, I'm always just but what if it breaks right now?
Yeah, I get that one.
Mm-hmm.
Nico!
Alrighty. I don't have many fears in general. Let me introduce myself. God, we're gonna fuck this up every time. Hi, I'm Nico. I'm normally the GM, but not today. Today I will be playing Jimmy, the himbo sidekick. That's all you need to know about him. And my irrational fear is specifically the noise from when cars drive over overpasses and you are in the overpass. I have a very strong flight reaction to that noise. I don't know why, because I'm not afraid of small spaces. I'm not afraid of the dark. I'm not afraid of being underground, but something about that noise tells me that I'm gonna die.
Wait, so you're under the overpass?
So you're under the overpass, and when cars drive over the overpass, when you're under it, it will make a specific grooming noise that terrifies me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's some past life nonsense, Nico. You know that,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know. Something about that specific noise really gets me. And if there's no cars driving over, which in Southern California, when is that ever happening? It's fine. Or if I'm not under the overpass, it's also fine.
I'll go? Question mark? Because I'm the only one left. I'm Reina. I usually play Gem, our fave, the best girl. But today I'm playing Dolly, with a Y, who is a big game hunter and also a head cheerleader. And my irrational fear... Okay, so for me, it's altered time. So, in those Spirited Away, in Spirited Away, and then in, any sort of fantasy movie, where they go to a different world, and time moves faster there, or, slower, and then you come back and, 30 years have passed in, the real world, that terrifies me. I have, a deep-seated fear of somehow ending up, spirited away to some sort of, spirit world, and I come back and, 90 years have passed, and everyone thought I was dead. I don't know what it is, but it scares me so much. And I think that's probably the most irrational out of the group as well.
So you probably wouldn't want to go to space?
not even like space, because it's not like, you know, you spend 5 years in space and it's 90 years on Earth.
Well, they've actually done some stuff where, like, a twin has gone to space and then come back, and their timeline is off a little bit from the twin that was on Earth.
Yeah,
At
but
this
like,
point,
you
it's
know,
negligible difference.
That's fair. That is.
yeah, or like even like hypersleep or anything like that. Basically, where like you're in stasis while the world keeps moving around you.
It's sort of like getting left behind.
Mm-hmm. So that's my irrational fear.
Well, that's a fun and chipper way to start off our session.
It is a Halloween
It's a
episode.
really, really dark one for
I
that
feel like
one.
it could have gone a lot darker depending on the other questions that were there.
That's true.
Yeah. This was the most lighthearted one. Okay. Today, our group concept is that everyone here are high school cheerleaders in my own custom setting of New Chicago in the year 19XX, because having a specific time makes it everything I do anachronistic, because I'm not good at sticking to times. Welcome to New Chicago. To the untrained eye, New Chicago is a city defined by its trades and manufacturing. With the end of World War II, New Chicago's workforce was more Edit that out.
No.
I feel like if left unsaid, I would edit it out. But if you demand that it's edited out, like, now we gotta leave it in.
God damn it.
That's the cheat code.
With the end of World War II and the fusion of New Orleans and Chicago into New Chicago's workforce is now more unionized than ever, and trade is booming once again. New Chicago is at its best. But those with their ear to the ground know the truth. There's more to New Chicago than meets the eye. Magic. Not in some metaphorical sense of fulfilling dreams, but very literally. Unbeknownst to most of the population, monsters have been appearing in the streets of New Chicago, and not just in the city either. Monsters have appeared in nearby small towns, rural areas, and even Lake Michigan. With dangers mounting and tensions high, how will you work to protect the streets of New Chicago? That no longer makes sense without the context that this was given to players.
You can go back and read the context, and then Nico can just edit it beforehand.
Yeah. I said like a liar.
Yeah,
There's
go
not
ahead.
a whole lot. It's just this was a handout. With dangers mounting and tensions high, it's time to explore New Chicago. Just splice that in there. Oh, I actually have a second version of this. Fuck. That was better. Gangs of magical creatures clash and monsters roam the streets. With the addition of the Vice District, these magical denizens are more hidden than ever. With danger mounting and tensions high, how will you work to protect the streets of New Chicago? I said that again even though it doesn't make sense. Anyway.
We're here. We cheer.
Mrs. O'Neill's Fortune Circus has come to town. A traveling circus that roams the great states. A place of fantastical wonder and revelry. A great place to take the kids or watch a fantastic show. But there may be something more sinister afoot, like a loud train in the
Yeah, I was gonna say, the train on your side is fucking loud.
Just give it a moment. I could do a reread of
Pause
that.
for train.
No.
You might go for a minute. It's usually pretty long.
At least we're not hearing it anymore, but
Yeah, it's still probably picking up on your Audacity.
Oh, 100%.
also sorry for whoever's editing. You're gonna hear a couple of thuds because Rudy keeps throwing his ball against my chair to make me play fetch with him more.
I will be editing.
I don't know if there's even a cat. I think the cat left the room, but for a minute I didn't realize the cat had left the room, and I was like, oh my god, there's a cat.
My cat, so I've started working in like our spare office instead of the sunroom, and my cat keeps jumping up behind me and then brushing up against my arms and scaring me half to death.
Okay, we're free.
Woohoo!
Mrs. O'Neill's Fortune Circus has come to town. A traveling circus that roams the great states, a place of fantastical wonder and revelry. A great place to take the kids or watch a fantastic show. But there may be something more sinister afoot. Anyone who stays after dark at O'Neill's Circus seems to disappear. Which begs the question, what's happening to them? Last night, someone found out. The circus lights still glow as a dark-haired man with bright green eyes creeps through the shadows of circus tents. His feet slowly creep over the blacktop as he peeks into a circus tent. His eyes slowly reveal from the barely lit gap in the fabric. He hears a familiar voice calling his name. He creeps further into the tent, determined to find the source of the voice. His screams only last a moment. Now, 4 figures creep through the darkness and into the dimly lit circus toward the main circus tent where police and the proprietor of the circus, Mrs. O'Neill, are discussing the disappearances. As these figures sneak through the darkened tents and stands, one takes the lead. Ashley, could you please describe your character?
Sure. So my character is just a normal 16-year-old teenager in the New Chicago Wet Eagles cheerleading team.
Fuck yourself.
Oh yeah, John, you forgot when we were talking about this.
I'm so glad you said it, because if you didn't, I was going to drop that bomb.
I peeked my mic. Okay. Continue.
I'm so sorry we've ruined your sense of noir.
Everything we do on this podcast is just going to be so serious.
The whiplash is so good.
And if you don't understand that reference, check out our main podcast, still under this title, Be Holding Out for a Hero. But D&D, and possibly more or less ridiculous than this, still unsure.
We'll see.
The night's young.
But yeah, Dorothy Ray is this normal-looking 16-year-old girl, got her big perm brunette. She's wearing the cheerleading uniform because I think they probably just got off from cheerleading practice and now they've come to sneak and infiltrate into this circus. And in her hand is just this giant leather tomb. And everything is flagged, bookmarked, post-ited, if post-its exist in this year. And it is full of the wildest conspiracy theories possible. And as they're walking or sneaking through the circus, she's turned to her friends and goes, "Well, you see, elephants have never really existed." According to one source I found in a library book 3 towns over, they've always been robots and they're always man-eaters. I don't know which government has unleashed them into the world, but you've got to keep your eye out for them.
Right. And how would we take one of these dangerous elephants down, if we were ever to encounter them?
Dorothy just kind of looks over.
Hold on, I should introduce myself. Says, what's my name? Jimmy. Oh boy.
We didn't make these characters 20 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
Jimmy is standing beside Dorothy in a similar high school cheer team uniform. I don't know, did we just come from school?
I don't know, that's what I said. Now you have to go with it.
In a similarly themed cheer outfit.
We did now.
They're all on the same cheer team. And is holding a baseball bat cautiously and also has a paper bag over his head with the eyes cut out because this was supposed to be a sneaky mission.
No. Into Dorothy's question to Jimmy's question of how are we supposed to take care of these robotic creatures that have been released by some probably European government. Dolly, my character, with her bright blonde hair that's tied with a ribbon and her cute little cheer uniform and her, little white sneakers, just cocks the elephant gun she's carrying.
Dorothy kind of just puts a hand on Dolly's elephant gun and goes, No. According to another source writing out of Alabama, there should be an off switch underneath their left foot.
But are they yummy? Jenny is also wearing the cheer outfit and is noticeably toned in her athletic figure. And her black hair is tied up in a high ponytail to make sure no stray hairs will get in her face while she tries to nom the arms whenever she wants.
Jimmy pulls out a notebook, putting away his baseball bat for a second to write down, left foot.
Yeah, you just need to figure out how to get them to raise their left foot towards you. And there should be a little knob on the bottom, and you just flick it, and then they'll just freeze in place and turn themselves off.
Okay, but we tried this you remember back 3 years ago when we went on that safari? We tried that, and it didn't work. It wasn't the left foot. It wasn't the left rear foot. You tried, and you almost got trampled.
Maybe it's the left front foot? I can't always read my writing after I take down these notes a lot of times because, I always get there right when the library's about to close and then the librarians don't give me enough time to write all the information down, even though it's really, really important to know all this stuff. So I would think it's probably the left front foot or the right rear foot. It's probably not the right front foot because I can't get all of the details wrong, right?
Well, I guess, but also, listen, I just know that back when we were in Africa, I saw all 4 feet and I didn't see a single knob. So maybe it's just well hidden, or maybe the information wasn't accurate and it wasn't elephants. Maybe it was actually barracudas.
And Jimmy's writing down right, left foot.
Right, left foot.
What's a barracuda?
A horrific fish. Just absolutely awful. Tons of teeth. Very long. And, they're just really aggressive. I think one bit off my brother's toe once.
Okay, but Dennis just likes sticking his feet where they shouldn't be anyways.
Listen, there's a reason he only has 3 toes.
Left?
Like yes!
Total?
Yes, total.
Jimmy, putting away his notebook, looks at the group and says, okay, team, there's only one way we can get to the bottom of this elephant business, and that's to go find one.
To turn one over?
Yes. They gotta have one here, right? This is supposed to be the place that has all the cool, weird things, right?
Is that why we're here? It's not even because of the disappearances. It's because of the elephant.
Why are we here, boss? And he's gonna look at Dorothy.
Guys, it smells like funnel cake.
Ooh.
I don't think we can get you a funnel cake right now without blowing our cover, though.
But it smells so good.
The circus is closed. Did anyone bring emergency rations for Jenny?
Can I don't know, do we roll for it? How do we know?
Yes, you did. If you want to have brought it, then you have. Jenny, you can smell the remnants of the extremely fragrant carnival food that never tastes as good as it smells. But among that, you can also smell cigarette smoke and hairspray and just less appetizing smells.
I'm hungry, but not, because somebody's BO is just kind of lingering, and it's a little gross.
Yeah, we're at the circus. I don't think they know how to shower.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, let's just go find this elephant.
All right, how do we find an elephant, God? Because we don't know how to play this game.
Don't worry about it. During this conversation, you've been creeping through the tents and stalls. You've seen a few workers around. A couple clowns seem to still be wearing their makeup and walking around seemingly randomly, shaping balloons or juggling, seeming to practice their juggle. And you find yourself heading towards the main circus tent, which is connected to where they keep all of their animals and props and things like that. You make your way to the front of the tent and see that it is still lit inside. And you can hear some voices talking from inside the tent.
Can we hear what they're saying?
Yeah, I want to eavesdrop.
Yeah. You hear a woman saying, I'm simply telling you, I'm not entirely sure what's gotten all these people disappearing. It must be the rampant crime here in Chicago, or New Chicago, or something of the sort. And you hear another voice say, "Look, lady, we don't have all day, all right? We're trying to investigate." And then you hear them get cut off. You hear another older man say, "God damn it, Brett, you're a loose cannon. I need you to focus up. Mrs. O'Neill, we're just trying to investigate the disappearances. We're not blaming anything on you. We're just trying to get to the bottom of this."
Your character work is impeccable, by the way, John.
Jimmy's gonna whisper to Dorothy, "Do you think they're looking into what we're looking into?"
Probably. I mean, elephants are such a valuable asset to someone. They've sent them into the world. We've got to figure it out before they
I wonder if
do,
all the elephants are missing.
Oh, but if they're missing, then what am I supposed to eat?
I don't think you'd want to eat this one, Jenny.
Yeah, it's made out of
They're
metal.
not made out of organic material. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay.
And besides, elephant meat is very tough. I would not recommend it.
Have you tried it before?
Yes.
You can eat metal?
Oh.
When I was stranded.
You can eat metal?
No, she said the skin.
Oh, I see.
As you're conversing about this, the police and Miss O'Neill are talking. You see a clown comes up from behind the, sort of the backstage, and they seem to be walking. They're bringing, what kind of animals do they have?
Tigers and lions.
And bears. Oh
Oh
my.
my.
They probably, yeah, sure, they have a bear with them. And you see this clown walk out with extremely colorful makeup. They've got this frizzy black hair and these extremely piercing green eyes that make their makeup almost seem like it has less color. And they come up to Mrs. O'Neill as she's talking to the police, and she says, hold on a minute. And she looks over to the clown, and it seems to sort of rub its stomach, and they converse indistinctly. And she says, yes, we'll get you something to eat. Just take your time. I have to deal with these people first. The clown absconds back into the back, taking the animal that it is guiding with it.
Does it walk like a monster?
Does it walk like a monster? It walks like a clown, so kinda, yeah.
Did we know what animal it was?
A bear.
Oh, okay.
Is it a pink bear? Because I did promise you during character creation.
No, because
Okay.
then you'll try to eat the bear, and I can't let that happen.
Hey, Dorothy, is that the elephant that we're here to try to take out?
Oh
No, that's a bear. Those are real. Those are real.
Oh, okay. Bears are real.
Or I haven't come across any sources that say they aren't yet.
For now.
Well, I could try to eat it if we want to test that.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, we gotta figure out what's up with these missing elephants.
That
And also,
and also.
you go.
Ashley, you first.
I can't say it now that I started laughing. We have to figure out what secret organization clowns are part of, because it's not just the circus. Everyone knows that.
Obvi.
But is there like a...
Well, if the bear came from over there, wouldn't the other animals be there too?
I mean, it goes to reason, but...
But would they separate their real animals from their fake animals?
This is true. But I do want to roll to see if either the bear or the clown was not what they were presenting as.
Okay. Let's
If
see.
that's a thing I can do.
What
I don't
role
know.
fits that the best?
Would that be sharp?
I think that would probably count as investigate a mystery. So I'm going to have you roll plus sharp.
Okay. So it would be +2 to whatever I roll, correct?
Yep, 2d6 plus 2.
Okay, that's going to be an 8.
An 8 is a mixed success.
Okay.
So on a 7 to 8, you can ask me any of the questions in the investigate a mystery list, which are what happened here, what sort of creature is it, what can it do, what can hurt it, where did it go, what was it going to do, and what is being concealed here. So probably what you're wondering is what sort of creature is it?
Yeah, what sort of creature is it? For both of them or for just one of them?
We gotta play a little bit of Calvin Ball here, but we're getting there. I'll let you ask that about both of them. The bear looks to be a normal bear. It's clear that it's been in the circus for a while. It's pretty tame. It has sort of some accessories, like a silly hat. But it looks like it's relatively well taken care of. Clearly,
It can live for now.
being a bear in a circus isn't great for it. But it's not the most unhappy bear you've seen. The most unhappy bear you've seen, you probably put a bullet through.
Oof.
As you do.
The clown is a clown.
But is the clown a human?
Yeah, it looks like it's a human.
Is there a big repertoire of non-humans in this kind of world?
Oh yeah, tons of them. But you guys haven't been initiated into that yet.
Oh, okay.
As we continue to listen into whatever these people in the tent are saying, is there any more conversation?
It seems to be running down who works here, talking about any suspicions that she might have had or any experiences that she's had. As you listen, to the untrained ear, you can tell that she is a very calm woman. She seems to be very business-minded. She's very in control of the situation, despite there being 3 police officers there. The younger detective seems to be a bit more hot-headed, while the older detective tries to sort of keep him in line and is a bit of a hard-ass. There is also a woman police officer. She's also there.
Do we recognize any of these police officers? Like, how closely knit is the community of New Chicago?
New Chicago is a pretty big city, so unless you have some connection to police officers, maybe someone in your family, or you're just a narc.
Or we got arrested.
Would any of you know these police officers?
I mean, with open invitation, I am known in all of the right social circles. But, and I also have call in a favor, which means I have friends in high places.
Yeah.
As a
I think
16-year-old.
probably your dad is probably friends with like the chief of police or something.
You know, because we just sometimes need a blind eye turn to
Yeah, that
hunting
just happens when
down
you're rich.
teenagers in the forest.
Your dad has been telling you about this new cop on the force, hotshot new detective, Brett Duncan. 25, just out of the academy, ruggedly dark and handsome. He's just been hassling your dad, but this older detective that you recognize, he's been over for dinner a few times. Carl Woods, a tough-going guy. But, a fair detective, does take a few bribes on the side, but you gotta in a city like New Chicago. And then also there is a woman.
That's it. No name.
That's her character
No description.
trait.
Is she hot?
Is she hot?
Yeah. Unreasonably so.
Nice.
Like extremely
Femme
hot.
fatale. Okay.
Like, she is a cop, but it's clear that she's way too pretty to, like, really be in this line of work, you know? Like,
Okay.
perfect makeup, perfect hair. It's all incredibly well done. It's, you know, does she really chase people down?
She's a TV show cop, not an actual cop.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh-huh.
That's exactly correct.
And then Officer Femme Fatale. Okay.
I'll give you her name. Her name is Nicole Frost.
Let me guess. She's blonde.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
She got pale blue eyes, too.
What's the young cop called again? Sorry.
Brett Logan?
Brett Duncan.
Brett Duncan.
Duncan. Sorry.
He's a tall drink of water. Tall, dark, and handsome.
Ooh.
All right, so what do we want to do? Do we want to go sneak past them to where the animals are? Do we want to keep listening to these adults talk about boring business?
Yeah, I don't think they're saying any more about the elephants that went missing.
Yeah, I think we should just check out where the bear went, and then if they're not there, we can figure out where they put the robotic animals.
I agree. I think I know these three. We're not going to get anything out of them. We just, you know what? Yeah, let's go find the elephants. This isn't going to get us anywhere.
Sounds like a plan.
Through the conversation, you can hear it seems like 3 or 4 people have gone missing here. Almost like no trace of them. It looked like someone came to investigate this. One of their loved ones went missing, and they went to the police, and the police said that they were mounting an investigation, but that person got all gung-ho and came here to investigate, and they haven't been seen. So that's kind of what the police are here for. But in the meantime, you are able to creep around the side of the tent and get to the back where you see this large sort of dome behind sort of the big backstage where you presume all of the animals are being kept. And you can see a small side door that leads into the back of this large tent.
Ooh. I immediately jog over to the door and slip inside. Against my better judgment as Ashley, the player who would never do anything like this.
I follow with the bat ready.
I take up the end to keep an eye out and make sure, you know, we're not being watched.
I guess that puts me between Jimmy and Dolly.
As you slip in, you see a number of animals in varying sized cages. Lions and bears, and you do also see elephants here.
Oh my god. There they are.
Ew.
You know, whoever made these, that's really impressive, right? They're huge. Who would put so much resources into
And the
these?
movement is so smooth.
I wonder if they're hiding anything inside.
Only one way to find out.
Why would they make their noses look like that? That's so gross.
I think it's kind of cute.
Maybe they were thinking, you know, like, what's the most ridiculous thing we can make? So, like, people will look at it and be like, someone's gotta have made that, you know, it looks too fake.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, you said the back left foot, or the front left foot, or the back right foot, right?
No. Okay, so when Dolly and I, with our families, went to the safari a few years ago, we discovered it wasn't the front left foot. So it's either gotta be the back left foot or the front right foot. It's not the right back foot.
No, so we checked the left back foot. You said
Right.
it can't be the right front foot.
Oh,
Because it was either the left or the back.
sorry. I don't know my directions. It can't be.
Canon.
Jimmy's gonna put a very serious hand on Dorothy's shoulder and be like, it happens to us all.
Thank you, Jimmy. You're the only one who really understands me. And that's why you're such a good friend of mine. Okay, so it's not the back left foot, so it's got to be the front left foot or the back right foot. It can't be the front right foot.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Jimmy,
it might
as you're
also be
taking-
hidden.
Sorry.
You finish your scene. Jimmy, as you're taking notes on the left-right foot and the right-left foot and the front-back foot, when you look up from your notebook, you see another clown holding buckets of animal feed. But this clown is, like, young, like a kid, maybe in middle school, a head shorter than you, not taller than you. This is not a giant child. They have the big, round, red splotches on the cheeks and this extravagant polka dot outfit. And they kind of seem to look at all of you, but they don't have any expression on their face.
And is it like their face is so painted that it kind of hides the expression, or they just are like deadpan?
It's a bit of both. They seem to notice you, but they don't seem to really care that much. They come up next to the elephant that you're harassing and put a bucket of food there for it to eat, and then move over to another one of the crates with the animals.
We haven't started harassing it yet.
We're still debating how to harass it.
Jimmy's gonna lean over to Dorothy and be like, maybe we should ask for help. This clown looks like, they know what they're doing with the buckets. I mean, someone's gotta know where the off switch is, am I right?
Yeah, Hello? Over there? Hello?
The circus employee stops what they're doing. They put down their last bucket and look at you guys. And they sort of
Hi.
cock their head.
We're from the New Chicago Wet Eagle cheerleading team, and we're investigating elephants. Can you help us?
The clown kind of waddles over to you and then just holds out their hand and points at the elephant.
Yeah, the elephants. The animals that aren't real.
The clown nods.
Do you know where the off switch is?
The clown shakes its head no.
Have you ever turned one of them off?
The clown thinks for a second and shakes its head yes.
How did you do it?
The clown kind of mimes. What would the clown mime? It sort of mimes blowing up a big balloon and then popping it.
Oh, they're not made out of metal at all. They're made out of balloon material, obviously. No wonder. That's so much cheaper than making it out of a frame of metal. So we just have to inflate it and then... God damn it, John.
Yeah, what did you use to inflate the elephant?
The clown shrugs.
He doesn't want to tell us.
Is it you don't want to tell us or you can't tell us? Because I can't do this with a straight face anymore.
The clown mimes zipping his lips and locking them.
I knew it. The secret clown cabal is keeping a watch on him and he can't tell us.
Or is it the government that released them?
Maybe they're one and the same. Who knows? I mean, the government is run by clowns anyways.
Jimmy's writing that down.
This whole time, while the other three are grilling the clown that is not speaking.
No.
Jenny has been trying to get to the feed.
Oh my gosh.
You could probably grab at some peanuts.
Yeah, she's been eating the elephant food.
The elephant looks annoyed.
Are you at least shelling the peanuts, or are you just swallowing them whole?
No, I'm stuffing them whole. These would be better if they're salted. I'm just saying. But these are fine.
As you're talking to this little clown, you hear the voices from the main tent are getting closer to you and getting louder, as it seems that the group of police officers and the proprietor of the circus seem to be moving into the back rooms here.
Jimmy says, "It's the government! Quick, hide!"
I'm gonna grab Jenny from, like, the trough of peanuts from the elephant and just drag her away into a hiding spot.
But I'm hungry.
Shush!
Jenny, I'm gonna need you specifically to act under pressure.
Okay. What is that? Is that a cool?
That is... I don't remember.
Yes, it's a cool. I wrote them all
Plus
down.
cool.
I have a -1. Let's go. That's a 3.
Okay, that is a failure.
Nice.
So, as everyone rushes to the shadows to try and hide from the approaching officers and Mrs. O'Neill, they walk in and they're discussing disappearances and asking about animals that the zoo keeps. And you hear Carl Wood saying, "Well, we're just thinking maybe it has something to do with one of the animals. Maybe they got... Excuse me, is that a high school girl eating your elephant's peanuts?"
Hi.
I abandoned her, by the way. I just full on, like, left her to it and bailed.
It appears it is.
While this is happening, when Carlwood says, maybe it was one of the animals, Dorothy is, like, trying to telepathically, as hard as she can, tell him, like, it was the elephants. It's gotta be the elephants. It's definitely the elephants.
You see the female police officer approaches you and says, Are you lost?
Yeah, I was supposed to meet up with my friends somewhere, and I don't remember where, but then I smelled some food and I was really hungry, so I came to eat some peanuts.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It must be really hard for you out here. Here, you can stay with us. We'll keep you safe. We're just investigating some things, and then we can get you home.
Do you have some food?
We can take some of those peanuts with us.
Okay.
They're just gonna keep feeding her elephant food.
They're like, we're not gonna say anything. This girl's not right.
You see the detective, the younger one, looks over to Mrs. O'Neill and says, "Do you know this girl? Was she about to be one of your disappearances?" And Mrs. O'Neill says, I don't believe I've ever seen this girl in my life. I'm not entirely sure who that is." Brett says, "Ma'am, I need you to not be lying to me. We need to be able to understand what's happening so that we can get to the bottom of this." And you see Carl Wood says, "God damn it, Brett, you're a loose cannon. I need you to calm down. You're a genius detective. You're brand new on the force and you're already making waves. But I need you to settle down right now so that you can climb higher. Now let's go figure out what's making these people go missing."
So, where are the rest of us hidden? Like, are we kind of, like, close to each other? Are we, like, within eyesight of each other?
I assumed we all hid in the same spot.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
probably all hidden behind one of the animals in sort of a shadowy corner.
Then I'm gonna say, we gotta forget the elephants. Obviously, they're gonna take our friend.
Yeah, did you hear them? I think they said people missing. So, like, are they taking people and elephants?
Dorothy pulls out her garrote wire and goes, maybe they're the ones creating the elephants.
Okay, listen. I know those cops. I do. And they're friends of the family. Like, they're fine. They're not government agents. They're not, making elephants or anything like that. But they're about to take Jenny, and if she goes, then we're gonna have to get her back later. So what are we gonna do?
Yeah, we can't have that. That's gonna...
They give her food. She's gonna
That's
stay
gonna
there.
mess up our cheer formations.
I know she's the bottom of the pyramid. What are we gonna do? We can't. We can't leave her to the cops.
I mean, on the other hand, if we just leave her there, she'll take care of the problem itself by herself.
Which problem?
I'm confused. What is the problem?
There's people disappearing. There's fake elephants that are government run. I don't know. We were here for the elephants, but now we find out that there's people missing? I think we gotta change gears. I know you're all gung-ho about the elephants. That's fine. We can come back for the elephants. We already got it once. We can do it again. But people are missing. And we gotta do something about it. I mean, we gotta look into it. What's the point of reading all those tomes all day long if we're not gonna use those skills?
Oh, are we gonna do like a double investigation? Like 2 investigations at once? That's like really advanced.
I'm gonna look at Dorothy. I'm gonna go, but you're a really advanced detective. And you can handle it.
I can handle it. I can handle it.
Oh no!
I can handle it. I can handle it.
Jimmy gives you a paper bag with 2 holes in it.
Yeah, I keep a spare, just in case I lost my first one.
I'm gonna grab her by the face. I'm gonna look her dead in the eye. I'm gonna go, listen, you remember when we were up at the cabin at Lake Superior? And we had a werewolf sighting and, the lake monster sighting, and we had to figure out both of them at the same time. It's gonna be like that. Okay? It's gonna be like that full moon in particular. And you were great then.
Well, I mean, I let the lake monster eat the werewolf, so that solved that problem. Are we?
Yeah, and then we killed the lake monster, so it was fine.
So we're gonna let Jenny eat the police officers and then save Jenny?
Okay, there's only one of those officers that I want her to eat. The other 2 are fine.
Oh, okay.
But she can eat one of them, that's fine.
Okay. And thus we save her from going missing.
Yeah.
Do we care about anyone else who's gone missing?
No, I don't care. But if there's a monster here, if there's something, I'm gonna kill it.
Are you gonna put its head on your wall as well? Because you're running out of space. There's only so many heads that can go up. We need to talk about your prioritization skills.
I know, okay, but listen, the 12 Hydra heads, it was too good of a flex to pass up on. I had to frame all of them. I know it wasn't the smartest and most efficient thing to do as far as decoration goes, but it was so good. I had all 12 on the wall and they made a nice pyramid, just like we do. But we can't make a pyramid without Jenny.
As you look over to see where Jenny is, you see that the police officers have moved on.
Oh shit, where'd they go?
Jenny, you are out front in front of the main tent with Officer Frost, and she says, "All right, do you know where your friend might be?"
Somewhere around. I smelled food and I got distracted. Did she say she was going to the bathroom? I don't remember.
Yeah, have you been eating all right? You were going really hard on those peanuts. Weren't even taking the shells off.
It's almost competition season, so we've been doing a lot of practice, so I've just been hungrier than normal, I think.
Right, of course, it's good fiber. It's good fiber. Just, don't eat too many, all right?
Understanding.
From nearby, you hear a young kid's voice going, excuse me, I'm lost. And you see that Officer Frost kind of peeks up and says, that wasn't you, was it?
Me? No. I am lost, but I didn't say that.
Where are you? Can you hear me? And you hear the voice goes, I think I'm stuck. And Officer Frost says, okay,
no.
You just stay right here, okay? I'm gonna go check on that kid, all right?
Shouldn't I go with you so I don't get extra lost?
No, it's better if you stay here so I know where you are, okay? I don't want you wandering off and finding a funnel cake or something.
This is why she didn't get a name.
Okay. No, I'll just follow you. It's okay.
No, it's very important that you stay here for me.
Listen to the GM, Elaine.
Elaine, we're already ruining his story by talking about
No, you already derailed it.
But you promised me food.
All right, you come with me.
Oh, there goes Elaine's character. What are you gonna do?
Bye, Elaine.
You and Officer Frost kind of creep back around towards where some of these stalls are. You see balloon dart games and the one where you throw a baseball to knock over a bunch of cups. You see a bunch of prizes, stuffed frogs, a big pink bear with a yellow ribbon.
Here we go.
Eyes emoji.
And those little rubber ducks that you can get with like different hats and professions and things like that. And as you approach, you hear that the voice has stopped. And Officer Frost calls out again and says, "Can you hear me? I'm right here. I'm with my friend. What's your name, sweetheart?"
Jenny.
"Jenny and I are right here. Where are you?" And there's no response.
What if this is a trick?
It might be kids playing a prank, but it's best to at least look. Here, can you help me look around?
Okay.
I would like you to... You can choose to either investigate a mystery or read a bad situation here. So either do you want to try and figure out the mystery of maybe if an elephant is doing this, or just try to get out of trouble?
I'm gonna see if an elephant's doing this.
Okay, go ahead and roll plus sharp.
Roll for elephant.
That's a 5.
A 5. All right. As you are sort of looking around, trying to find any evidence of like what's going on, you peek into the interiors of one of these games, and you see that they have just like a big box of popcorn just sitting there. You're not entirely sure why it was left here. Maybe it was a prize or something. And as you reach down and grab it and are, munching away, you look up and you don't see Officer Frost anywhere.
Out of character, I knew this was going to happen. In character, just with a mouthful of popcorn. Officer. Hot officer.
Still shoveling popcorn into her mouth.
Hot officer.
Do we hear this?
Yeah, what have you been doing during this time?
Well, after, everyone left the tent and we had our little pep talk about the pyramid, I like to think that, I kind of maybe waved everyone back to the, opening of the tent to, peek out and see where our friend went.
Do you see her?
You went back to the front of the tent, or
Where we saw them leave from.
you didn't really see them leave, but probably with a little bit of deduction, you can assume that they either went deeper into the back area here, or towards the front.
They would have had to pass by us to go deeper into the back, right?
They would have definitely had to go near you, but you were pretty engrossed in your pep
We're
talk.
just too dumb to notice. Fun it is.
Yeah, out the front. And look around.
Yeah. As you creep back towards the front, as you're sort of creeping, there's a bit of this is sort of a park area, so there's some bushes and things, and you hear, as you're creeping, you hear rustling in a nearby bush.
Pull out the gun.
Jimmy's gonna stage whisper, "Jenny, is that you?"
You see two tiny hands shoot out and straight up out of the bush.
What?
And then a little middle school kid peeks out
Oh.
from the bush.
I thought it was just hands. Nothing attached to them. Just fucking hands.
Behold, just hands.
No. You see this pretty short kid, kind of pudgy, with really hard features and this long red hair that's sort of pulled back as best as he can do. Kind of pops out from the bush, and he says, You don't gotta point that at me. I'm just a little kid."
You're just a little guy?
Yes, I do. Prove you're a kid.
"Well, I'm not a squid.
A squid kid.
I was just looking for my friend."
Hey, we're looking for our friend too.
Can I roll to see if this kid is for real for real?
Yeah, give me a
And by for real, I mean not a monster.
roll plus sharp.
I will shoot on sight. That's gonna be 9.
Okay, so you can ask one of the following questions. What's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? Or what's the best way to protect the victims?
Oh shoot! I only get one question.
Mm-hmm.
Like I get to use each question once. Oh no!
Oh, no. You ask me one of those right now, and then if you roll this again, you can ask any of those questions again.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. What page are the questions on?
In Roll20, there's a Hunter reference sheet, and you can just check under Read a Bad Situation.
I'm sorry. I'm going. Oh, okay. Here we are. Yeah, are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Are there any dangers you haven't noticed? This kid does not seem to be a danger to you. I will give you that straight out. This looks like a scared kid. He's shaking, missing a few of his teeth just from scraps and just because he's,
Not a monster?
not a monster.
Alright, I'll lower the gun.
Any dangers that you haven't noticed yet? You can feel a pair of eyes on you, but you can't pin down where it's from.
I'm gonna pick this kid up out of the bush and say, "Hey, kid, we're looking for our friend too. Maybe we can both look for our friends together."
You pick him up from his arms, so he's just sort of dangling in front of you, and he says, yeah, I'd be okay with that. My name's Soda Pop.
Cool name, Soda Pop.
Soda Pop!
My name's Jimmy. That's Dorothy, and this is Dolly.
Oh, that's going to be very confusing for me to remember.
What's your friend's name?
This is gonna sound crazy. His name's Danny.
Alright.
Why is your name Soda Pop?
Oh, it's a nickname.
What's
your
your
real
real name?
Soda Pop.
Okay, I can respect that.
I'm confused.
Hey, have you seen him around? He's about a little taller than me.
And?
Got like black wavy hairs. He's wearing a jean jacket, I think. His mom got it for him. Got all kind of pins on it.
Don't think we've seen anyone like that so far. Why don't we take a look around, though?
When did your friend go missing?
Oh, well, we were supposed to sneak onto the circus, just to prove that we're big kids, so we're not scared of anything.
I thought you were going to say so we can prove elephants are real.
But I was scared of anything, and I heard they had elephants here, and I didn't even believe in those.
Oh,
Good.
yeah, you shouldn't.
That's
They're
smart.
fake.
That's
shouldn't.
the right answer.
But Danny really wanted to see them elephants.
I mean, they're here, but they're
He
just not
loves
real
elephants.
animals.
Yeah, you can see them, but someone made them. They're not nothing gave birth to them.
That's what my dad told me.
Good, your dad's smart.
Yeah, he's a doctor.
Mm-hmm.
He has his PDH.
EDH. Oh, I've heard of those.
So where do you think your friend is?
I don't know. I think he went into the tent, but I haven't seen him since.
Which tent? The animal tent?
The big one right there that you just came out of.
And how did you two get separated?
Well, I was too scared to go any further after we got inside, but Danny wasn't. Danny's not scared of anything, so he went right in.
Well, you don't have to be scared of anything with us here. We're professional, crime solvers
And cheerleaders.
and cheerleaders.
I feel, if anything, less secure now.
Do you even know what cheerleaders are? You're like 12.
You know what cheerleaders are. Ouch.
The thing I'm certain of about cheerleaders is that they should not have large guns.
How about
Well, everyone's wrong
garrotes?
sometimes.
I'm gonna need both of you to say that again, but one at a time.
Ashley, you first.
How about garrotes? And Dorothy, her strangle wire.
And I just hold up the gun and I go, and everyone's wrong sometimes.
Why couldn't I have lived in New York?
Well, because there's not a new New York.
We need a third York, I think.
York the Third.
That's what my dad said.
Mm.
Is your dad British?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and Dorothy has headed back to the tent, I guess. I don't know. She thinks Jenny can take care of herself, and then we can just, like, swoop in and clean up the mess after her, so, like, no problem.
So where are you going? Are you going to the front of the tent? Or are you going back into the tent?
I was headed back into the tent, but anyone can stop me.
I would never stop you. Jimmy's gonna follow.
Oh boy. I'm just gonna, like, I'll still look around. Do I see Jenny anywhere?
I think... Jenny, how loudly are you calling for the officer?
I mean, I'm eating at the same time, so...
How loudly does Jenny eat?
Yeah, do we hear, like...
How far did we get from where we were?
Not too far. Probably far enough to where it would be harder to hear you. But I'd say probably with your finely tuned ears to your close friends' eating habits.
Monster!
You're able to hear your friend chewing and calling for Officer Frost.
Hot officer, where are you?
Okay, I'm gonna trot over and retrieve our token monster on the cheer team.
As you start to walk over there, you see one of the detectives, the younger one.
The loose cannon!
Yeah, you see he walks out and he goes, "Damn it, Woods. I know you say I'm a loose cannon, but I'm just trying to get results." And he's sort of clenching his fists as he walks out and he says, "Frost? Frost, where are you?"
Does he see me? Can I just, like, stand still?
He does not see you.
But does
Jenny-
the train
Choo
see her?
choo.
The train sure
I
does.
found myself right on train tracks. Guys, you can just call me Trainer.
Also, don't forget, we do need to take a break sometime in the episode.
Yeah, I really have to pee, so.
Yes, we could do that right after this next thing I'm about to do. I just have to wait for the train to go away. Okay, maybe we could do that now. The train is going to be a minute. So we'll come back in 10 minutes? Or a little bit longer?
Is the train still picking up on your Audacity?
A little bit. It's very low.
If it's very low, don't worry about it.
Okay. You see Detective Duncan walks over to you, Jenny, and says, "You seen Frost? Wasn't she with you?" I don't know why he's Southern now.
We heard a little kid who was crying because he was lost, and then we were looking for the kid, and I found some popcorn, so the popcorn got saved, but I ate it all, so sorry, you can't have any. But I don't know, I guess she found the kid or something. She's not responding. Hot officer!
That doesn't seem like her. You see he kind of looks around for a second and rounds a corner, and his eyes go wide, and he says, "Oh God, no, it can't be."
I'm gonna go look.
You see, sitting in the grass, her police badge and a pool of blood. And he says, Oh, God, no, she was just a week from retirement.
Of course.
She looks so young, though.
She was. That's why it was amazing.
Retirement at the age of 26. Just like Logan's Run would have wanted.
He reaches down and picks up her badge and says, I'll figure out what did this, Frost. I'll figure it out. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Time for intermission. Go get some snacks and some water if you want. Then come back and join us when you're ready for some cast spooky stories.
So I don't know if I told the whole group this, because I didn't want to scare anyone, but
Great.
like a few episodes back, when we first started like investigating the thing at Adrason's at the Wet Eagle, and we were asking if it was like the place was haunted, or it was like related to something, scary. I swear I saw a figure behind me out of the corner of my eye, and it made me real nervous.
Oh.
Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it was horrific, I'm gonna be honest. Because, I have my desk chair behind me, and so, at first I thought it was just the desk chair in my peripheral, but then it was floor to ceiling, and I was like, that's not right.
Hmm. Well, this is good to not know.
Yes. So that was very spooky.
Mm-hmm.
Spooky scary.
Yeah, I never get the spookies. I don't know if it's because I'm Velma Dinkley insisting that it's just really normal, or if it's I just don't notice it.
Some people are just thick as bricks in that regard, and you know what? I really wish I was one of them.
Yeah, that checks out for me.
My one friend is straight up ghost repellent. They go away when she's near me. But I also just live in a very spooky area, to be fair.
Ready to get back into it? I know we are. Back to John.
All right. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dolly, you've just witnessed this. From the shadows, you've witnessed this officer declare that they're going to get revenge on whatever took their partner. You see, Jenny is there with him, has now finished her tub of popcorn.
Great.
What do you do? How do you react?
So I'm going to do just a real quick scan. And because I felt eyes on me earlier. Do I still feel that?
You don't.
I don't anymore. Did they disappear? Do I know whenabouts they disappeared?
No, you were more engrossed in this sort of scene playing out in front of you.
Mm-hmm. I haven't... Have I met this officer yet?
Personally, you have not, but you've heard of him.
I've heard of him. Is he a monster?
Yes, but not like a monster, just the same amount of monster that a normal policeman is.
Okay, got it. Okay, so he just declared revenge. He's probably freaking out. Am I out in the open? Am I just chilling in the middle of the road?
What do you think?
I mean, because I was kind of walking over to get Jenny, and then, because I thought she was alone, and then this bozo just showed up and started marching towards her, so I think I probably ducked out of the way. But I'm gonna try and sneak up and just grab Jenny and sneak away.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and have you make a roll for that. Go ahead and roll plus cool.
Cool. I'm cool. Okay, I'm like decently cool. Head cheerleader and all. That's just 7 though.
Okay. So on a mixed success, I'm going to give you a worse outcome, hard choice, or price to pay.
Okay, so a worse outcome, a hard choice, or a price to pay.
I'm going to say, as you sneak up close enough to grab Jenny, get within sort of a distance of her, you sneak around one of those sort of wooden games things, and as you do so and you arrive at the edge, you get to Jenny. You find that doesn't make any fucking sense. The thing I was trying to do would make sense. Hang on.
I find that nothing happens because I'm just so great at my job. Question mark.
Here's what I'll give you. You can get Jenny and get out of there, but in so doing, you will alert the officer of your presence. You'll have to sort of run away during the last leg.
Okay. That's fine. Is it possible, hear me out, is it possible to sneak up to Jenny, like his back's to us, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I kick him in the back of the knees so his legs buckle and he just like falls forward and then we book it?
Yeah, sure. That seems like a worse outcome. You sneak up, quickly assault a police officer. He lets out a grunt as he falls forward. And you grab Jenny and bolt back towards the what would you
The animal tent?
You run back towards the animal tent. And you hear as he starts to get up, "I'll get you for that." And before he can turn around to see where you are, you've ducked into the tent where your friends are.
We are totally
Okay.
100% going to solve this mystery. Mm-hmm.
You had an end point in mind for this mystery, right, John?
Yeah.
Are we progressing as fast as you thought we would through your story?
Are we progressing?
Yes and no.
Nice.
You see, as you rush in there, Soda Pop goes, "Oh, is that your friend?"
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Now that we've got our friend back, we'll show you just how good of a team we are. And we'll find your friend too.
Oh, is your friend also a little kid?
Yeah, his name is Danny.
Oh, we heard a little kid calling out for help earlier, and then the hot officer went to go look for him, and then there's blood. Sorry.
Well, is it Danny's?
I don't know. I think it's the hot officer's, because her badge was next to the blood.
Well, then maybe Danny's okay. It's not good to hear about a person getting hurt, but if it's not Danny, then it's less of a weight on my mind.
So, wait, hold on, Jenny. You said that you heard a little kid, and then you went to investigate, and now that officer, that's why that guy was swearing revenge on his fallen officer?
Mm-hmm.
Wait. Soda Pop, your friend, Danny, he isn't like... And Jeremy's gonna stage whisper, "A monster, is he?"
Is he?
In T-ball.
Oh boy. How old do you think middle schoolers are, John?
Well, Soda Pop's a little slow. Let him be.
Okay.
How tall is your friend?
Oh, he's just a little bit taller than me.
By how much?
Yeah, can you mark it out in the air?
He marks out like about 5 feet. About maybe like 5'3".
Okay.
Was the clown kid I saw earlier the same height as the height he's marking?
Yeah, it was probably about the same height.
The clown ate your friend.
Are all middle schoolers the same height? How tall were you in middle school, Jenny?
I don't know how tall I was in middle school.
As a middle schooler, I can tell you, no. They're not all the same height. They are not a monolith. I learned that from my dad.
Oh.
Wait, there was that clown kid that we saw. Is your friend Danny a clown?
He's a class clown. No, he's not. He's a human boy.
The implication.
Yeah, I love the implication of that. Clowns are subhuman creatures.
Jimmy's gonna lean over to Dorothy and be like, "Are clowns not humans?"
The sources are really split on that. Some sources say they definitely are, and it's just a profession. And some say that it's a tribe of escaped cannibals from a secret island who have infiltrated society. But because their markings are so distinctive, they can only travel around with circuses.
My dad said they're poisonous, and that's why they're all colorful like that.
Third theory, poisonous.
You're being out conspiracy theories.
I know. I'm going to adopt Soda Pop as my kid.
My dad has a PhD.
I don't know what that is, but that's fine. All right, kid, let's go. Somewhere. Find your friend.
When was the last time you saw your friend?
Oh, it was a few hours ago.
Just a few hours.
How long is an hour?
An hour.
60 minutes.
Is that a lot or a little one?
It's the lot one.
Jimmy's gonna show with his hands about 3 feet.
Yeah, that one. Just one of those, though.
How long has the circus been closed?
It's probably... You're probably 9, 10, 11 p.m. The circus has been closed for about an hour. It closed early due to the disappearances.
It's 10 or 11 p.m. and we got out of school and we headed straight here.
Listen, competition season is brutal.
You guys were really practicing hard.
Okay, well, we can go look for this little kid's friend, or we can go back to the elephants.
Well, Soda Pop said that last he saw his friend was here, so we're here, we might as well check it out.
Well, maybe he's by the elephants. He do like them.
Do elephants eat people?
Second
Are there any
little
children
kid.
near the elephants?
What?
We're gonna look around.
Yeah, Jenny's just yelling for another kid. Kid?
Raina, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I said, are there any children near the elephants here?
Other than the one that you've seen feeding it? No.
Is the clown kid still here?
Wait a minute. Oh no, okay, there was a dark hair, bright green eyes, and then a young clown. I didn't write what he...
No clown kid here?
All of the animals look to have been fed, so it seems like the clown kid has left to go do something else.
Damn.
The young clown kid that we saw earlier, did he have black wavy hair?
He had kind of that crazy clown-colored hair, but it was sort of like a big wavy, almost fro.
Okay. Did he have a jean jacket?
No, he was wearing clown garb, big polka dots and stuff.
Okay. All right. I say we head in further into the back and start looking around more.
Yeah. Let's start doing a visual search of the area.
Yeah. Fan out, maybe.
All right. You all spread out deeper into the back here. Anyone who would like to can make an investigate a mystery roll. So you will roll plus sharp.
I want to.
Ooh.
I'm smart.
I'm rolling so bad today. That's a 6 for me.
Have you tried quarantining your dice?
Yeah, maybe I'll just grab different dice.
Oh, I rolled 2, right? 2 die.
2d6.
That's an 11 for me.
That's a 7 for me.
I got an 8.
6 for me.
This isn't right.
Okay. So, Raina, you can ask me 2 questions from the investigate a mystery list. Everyone else can ask me 1. And then, well, with one exception, Elaine, I'll get to you in a moment.
Okay, so I'm going to ask, what sort of creature is it? Because we're looking for the clown boy. So I'm going to ask, where did it go? And what is being concealed here?
Okay, yeah. Those are perfect questions. You can see sort of the back here is sort of dusty and a little bit grimy. You're able to make out the patterns of those big clown shoes that the kid was wearing. You also see a number of other sort of walking paths. As you creep further back, you see connected to this area, there's like sort of a personal quarters and a few other spots in this larger back room where the animals, it's not just animals, it's also props and things like that. And you can see Mrs. O'Neill talking to the officers, and you can see the older Detective Woods is saying, "Look, we're not trying to take up more of your time. We want to see if there's anything back there." And you see Mrs. O'Neill says, "No, I understand that you're looking to look around, and I've complied so far, but I would just prefer if you wouldn't look in my personal quarters." And you see that there's another tent that's cordoned off that has staff only on it. So presumably something is being hidden there.
Mm-hmm.
What exactly? Would you like to investigate that, and then I can give you the full answer? Or do you want to... Creeping a little bit closer around the edges here, you go right to the edge of this building. You can see there's a little padlock on sort of a makeshift door. It seems like this area is a bit more secure than others.
Okay, is this still in the animal tent?
You are past the animal
Or
tent.
like the big tent? Okay, so I went out the back.
Yes, out the back to sort of the personal quarters.
Got it, okay.
And you're able to peek through a small crack where you can see like a chain link fence. And inside, you see just a mass of skin and unicycles and brightly colored balls and bright colors. Just this large head and mouth with a huge bright red nose and flowing colorful hair. You see just this mass that is like a 10-foot tall, 8-foot wide clown. Very few small protruding limbs.
I'm gonna kill it.
You see it kind of licks its large, over-exaggerated lips.
Oh my god.
But it doesn't see you.
Okay. I break out into like a cold sweat. And I just look at it and I'm fixated on it. And I'm just like, in my mind, almost like a mantra, I just go, I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it. My hands are shaking as I reach for the elephant gun that I have. But then I stop myself because I know it'll only cause more problems, especially because I'm not with everyone else. I always learned growing up, you never hunt alone. So I'm going to wait. But that clown's head is mine.
I'll give you this because I think it's interesting. As you're looking in at this clown, you see it from sort of the chest region just under its mouth. A hand emerges, and then another one, and something pulls itself out of the center of the mass. And you see a clown with brightly colored clothing, a full jumpsuit, bright red nose, and you see really well put together light blonde hair and piercing blue eyes.
Well, that explains a lot.
So what other questions do we need answered?
Okay, everyone else. Is it still on me, or is it switching over to someone else?
We're switching over to someone else. Nico.
Sure.
Old Jimmy.
I think I got one question,
Yes.
and I want to know... Why don't you see if I can figure out where... Shit, what was his name?
Danny.
Yes, where Danny went.
Yeah, absolutely. As you and Jenny kind of go off on your own searching for... You have a soda pop with you, and he's kind of sneaking around as the police continue their sweep. You find sort of a darker corner where it seems like they have a lot of crates and barrels that seem to be filled with foodstuffs. And as you peek inside, you see that small clown once again. This time he has just a few sort of clumps of peanuts that seem to be held together with mesh, and he's just juggling them absent-mindedly. And then, Jenny, as you are sort of investigating and you lean over to look at it, you smell the smell of peanuts and step out from your hiding spot, and the clown whips around to look at you and locks eyes with you. And Soda Pop gasps and goes, "That's Danny."
Hi.
Now, before we finish that, Ash, what's your question?
Well, the question what happened here is kind of moot at this point, I would assume. I would like to ask, what can hurt it?
How do I answer that question?
Tenderly, gently, like a lover.
First of all, emotionally, they're very sensitive. I think probably maybe what would tip you off to this? At this point, do you know that clowns are the bad guys? Probably. There's a lot of clown equipment around. Unicycles and juggling balls and things to throw and large pants.
Large pants.
And a very small car. But there are areas... There's sort of detritus all around the place. Clown detritus. Also a good name for the episode.
Yikes.
But there are areas that clowns seem to avoid. Like any steps that are taken in the dirt where there are big shoes. There are areas that just they don't go. And it's anywhere with things that are particularly flammable. There's an area for people who are like fire breathers or fire jugglers. And there is no evidence of clowns going near that. Jumping back over to a really peeved off Danny clown. Jenny, this clown is staring you down and it looks violent. What are you going to do?
It looks fine.
Hey, you're the kid who had the peanuts, right? Do you have any more?
Oh no.
He winds up to throw some peanuts at you.
As Rudy starts barking. I don't know what he's doing right now. There was no noises, and all of a sudden he's acting like somebody just rang our doorbell. Give me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, I'm going to show you guys the notes I just took. Once I crop it.
Say hello to my clown brood mother.
Oh no!
Those words should never be used, ever, in any context whatsoever.
Behold, clown brood mother.
Same brain cell.
I'm gonna kill it.
Reasonable.
I didn't become a bloodthirsty cheerleader to turn away from a challenge.
Alright, what do you need from me?
This clown is threatening you with a bag of peanuts. What are you going to do?
I'm going to try to catch the peanuts in my mouth.
Okay. This clown is going to throw a bag of peanuts at you. I'm going to need you to roll plus cool.
Cool.
Yeah, plus cool.
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
These are different dice.
That's what you say. We don't believe you.
The peanuts soar through the air, and you try to catch them in your mouth, but fail to do so. And you are going to take 2 harm.
Okay, so I take 1. Because I'm
Yes.
immortal.
Correct. You take 1 harm from high-speed peanuts.
Ow. And then I pick them off the ground and I start eating them.
Dude, Soda Pop, you said that your friend wasn't a clown, but like, I hate to break it to you, man, but like, that's a clown.
Yeah, he does look far more clown-like than last time I saw him.
I mean, maybe he was like secretly clowning when you weren't looking.
I guess maybe he had like a secret clown side gig, but I thought he would have told me about something like that.
Hey, Danny, it's not cool to keep secrets from your friends. Soda Pop's really hurt by your actions.
As Danny walks out of this sort of storage room, you hear from behind you a sort of childish voice saying, "It wasn't a secret. I just hadn't found my family yet."
Ooh.
You see Soda Pop's eyes go wide, and he turns around, he says, "That's Danny's voice, but..." And you see that clown from before with those piercing green eyes, making the rest of his colors seem dull in comparison, staring right at you. And in his hand, he holds an inflated balloon sword.
Oh no!
Is this clown within melee range?
Not quite yet. Jimmy, you are stuck between a clown and another
In a hard
clown.
place.
And a hard place.
Where am I in between all of these?
Oh boy.
How do you react?
My gut instinct was to say, instinctively swing with the baseball bat on, the thing behind me.
Yeah, go ahead and roll plus tough.
Do. That's a 7.
All right, on a 7 plus. All right, you are going to take 2 harm from the balloon sword,
Damn.
and you are going to deal. How much? How much does a baseball bat do?
2 harm.
2 harm. Whap! You slap this clown right in the face. It also catches you with the balloon sword, which actually cuts you as though it was a real sword, which is not what balloons do, to your knowledge. But, you know, maybe Jimmy thinks that is what they do. And the clown staggers backwards. When you hit it, I think you hit right on its nose, and it goes... And as it does that, you see Danny Clown reaches up and grabs its nose and goes... And you can hear throughout the entirety of the circus, you hear several other clown noses get honked. Dolly, you see... as the clown is sort of, that just crawled out of the sort of strange clown brood mother, hears the honking noise, it reaches up to its nose and does the same.
Oh no. Does the broodmother do the same too?
I don't think it can.
Okay.
I think maybe it just makes the noise.
Did I hear all the other ones go off as well?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna turn around and you know that crouch run that soldiers do? So he's gonna do that with her loaded elephant gun, and she's gonna book it back to the group.
Yeah, you are able to run. You've probably practiced this. You're strong, a cheerleader, and also a big game hunter. As you're going, you run into Dorothy, who has come to her realization about fire and clowns.
I just, as soon as I see her, I go, "There's a giant thing, and I need to kill it."
Did you bring your flamethrower?
Well, it's funny you ask, my dear Dorothy, because
When
I
were
happen to
flame-
have I happen to have equipment cache. So I have access to large inventories of mundane gear and rapid delivery service. If I need something special from there, I roll plus sharp, and on a 10 plus, I have access to it, and plenty if that matters. Isn't that right, GM?
Matches?
Just so that we're on the same page. Would you describe a flamethrower as mundane?
Not necessarily, but I would describe hairspray and a lighter as mundane.
Touche.
Cheerleaders would also carry that.
Here's what I'm going to say. It's in your bag if you have it. Roll plus sharp.
All right. Ooh, that's not good enough. That's a 7.
On a 7,
You have access to it, but only the minimum.
so you have 1 can of hairspray and 1 lighter.
Well, I mean, 1 can of hairspray has a lot, to be fair.
Yeah, but it's only enough for you.
Could you imagine
Okay.
if Dolly had, like, an arsenal of hairspray and lighters in her bag?
Maybe you've used this a little bit, so it's not full, but you do have it.
Yeah, okay, that's fair. I would say probably for her family, a flamethrower is a mundane thing, but I'm not going to be that OP.
Yeah, you get the Hammer of God from Warhammer. Not Warhammer. Gears of War.
It's an antique. I just go, no, but I have this, and I'm just going to hand it off to Dorothy.
What do you want me to do with this? You're the one who does the big things. I don't do the big things. I just kind of...
Okay, fine, I'll kill it.
Dorothy's brain has fritzed. All she does is, like, research things. She's never really confronted with things.
Can I jerry rig a flamethrower to my elephant gun?
To what end? What is the...
Where, like, okay, so I shoot it, but then I also get to use the flamethrower and the lighter.
I think you'd need about, like, 8 more hands for that, Raina.
No. Technically, you're not supposed to do this as a GM, but no. You cannot do that.
Okay, that's fair. I just wanted to ask.
What are you trying to inflame?
Well, you just asked if I had a flamethrower. You didn't say why.
Yeah, why?
Why? You're the one who told me why.
Well, I just asked if you had a flamethrower. It was gonna make me feel safer.
But, yeah, I mean, I have this.
Oh, okay.
But there's a giant thing, and we need to kill it. I need to kill it. I need to be the one to kill it.
Oh, okay. I mean, is it clown-like?
Yes. It's the worst
Oh,
clown you've
okay.
ever seen. But that's not important. Where's everyone else?
Dorothy just looks around like, I don't know, everyone left me. I was just like staring at footprints, and then more footprints, and then more footprints, and then I looked up and you were all gone.
From a distance, after Jimmy got hit by the clown sword, you hear him shout out, "Balloons are sharp! And I think clowns might be cannibals. Either that or they're poisonous, but either way, they're not human!"
Are the clowns eating each other?
No, it's not like that. The clowns are throwing each other up. So maybe they did eat each other, but the big one is throwing them up.
Is that reverse cannibalism?
Well, it would require cannibalism in the first place, right?
Is reverse cannibalism just birth?
Okay, so we're just going to sit here and have a very philosophical discussion about what exactly...
So while this is happening, Your friends are in danger, so we're just gonna cut back over there real quick.
I was gonna say, while they talk about cannibalism, when I saw Jimmy get attacked, I am going to lunge and bite the clown.
Okay, roll plus a tough.
That is a 10.
Damn! On a 10 plus, you deal your damage, and then you can choose to either suffer less harm, have all impending danger now be focused on you, inflict additional harm on the enemy, or hold the enemy back.
Well, okay, so first...
Oh no, wait, sorry. That was the wrong thing.
Okay.
No, on a 10 plus, you gain advantage, taking +1 forward, or giving +1 forward to another hunter. Essentially, they just get to add +1. You inflict terrible harm, inflicting an additional harm. You suffer less harm, so you take less damage, or you force them where you want them.
Okay, hold on. So first, because I bit the clown, I do 4 harm to him.
Mm-hmm.
And then... I guess I'll just add another harm onto that.
Excellent. You are going to knock out or kill this clown. How do you want to do that?
Let's just knock him out. I don't want to kill a clown. This isn't Kitty.
How do you bite this clown?
So, I see the clown swing at Jimmy, and at first I'm just like, oh, like, play sword fighting, it's a balloon sword. But when Jimmy actually gets hurt, I'm like, uh-oh. So I jump, I do, like, a cartwheel over to the clown, and then I bite its arm that's holding the sword, so it'll drop the sword, but I don't realize I'm a zombie. Probably my zombie germs and the clown germs are fighting within this clown body.
Yeah, you infect the clown with your venom, and it drops the sword, sort of shakes violently, and falls onto the ground. And as it does that, you see another clown starts to creep around the corner, and its movements are interrupted by a gunshot from behind you. And you quickly turn to see the 2 police officers. You see Carl Woods, the older detective, and he says, "Holy shit! I always knew clowns were evil."
When I hear the gunshot, that's it. It's off to the races. I run for the sound.
Wait, don't leave me. Come back. No.
No, I'm gonna kill it.
Yeah, Dorothy's gonna run after Dolly.
As you run forward, you see clowns that were approaching begin to scamper off at the sound of the gunshot.
Not on my watch.
The other policeman and Mrs. O'Neill also rush into the room. Mrs. O'Neill says, "Good heavens, what's going on?" And Carl Wood says, "Your goddamn clown started attacking people."
Jimmy's gonna interject with sharp balloons and, like, point at his injury.
Yeah, what the kid said.
Jenny will just do the whole, like, finger wave at them while blood is dripping down her mouth.
The Detective Duncan goes, Did you bite that clown?"
Well, I don't really have a better way of making him drop his sword.
They must be weak to saliva.
Probably.
But, like, careful, they might
We
be
found
poisonous.
another conspiracy theorist.
Hi, my name is Soda Pop, and I am irrevocably traumatized. What are all you kids doing here?
Do we catch up at this point, or?
Yeah, you've all collected in the same space. You, the cops, and Mrs. O'Neill.
We were
Detective
helping
Woods.
Soda Pop find his friend?
Yeah. And it turns out it's that one? Is the Danny clown still here, or did the Danny clown run away?
It ran away.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a clown now.
Yeah, I don't know where he went.
Dolly just walks up and she's like twitching. She looks like a crack addict. And she's just like, "Officer Woods, why'd you shoot it first?"
Pardon, young lady? What do you mean?
You know the family business, detective.
Oh, good gracious. I don't know. You don't have a last name as of this moment. Do you want to invent one real quick so I can respond?
The first name that came to mind was Montpellier.
Yes. So it is.
Can you spell that for me?
It's a brand. It's a brand name, so I probably shouldn't.
Oh, fair.
We'll say, St. Louis.
Oh, Miss St. Louis, I didn't realize that was you.
You know the family business, detective.
I didn't realize it was shooting clowns.
Today it is.
It is today. And that thing that's over there is mine.
The one that is a young child?
Well, that all depends.
Listen, he kind of pulls you aside and says, I can cover up. I can deal with a lot of things. All right? I can't let you just kill a child. Even if they're a clown.
If he's not human, detective, then it's a mercy.
I can't just let you kill a clown.
Jimmy's gonna pull out a notebook and point to his notebook that says 3 things. 1, just human. 2, cannibals. 3, poisonous. And be like, yeah, see, they're not humans, so, like, we think that they're either cannibals or poisonous, but, like, they can't be, like, multiple things, so...
It looks too much like a human person for me to just let you shoot it and then try to... How am I gonna explain how an elephant gun got into a carnival?
Can I try to convince him that we're experts in monster hunting?
Yeah, roll plus charm.
Wouldn't a carnival already have an elephant gun if it
There
has
are elephants here, detective. That's how you'll explain it.
I got a 9.
Okay, they'll do it, but only if you do something for them right now to show that you mean it. So you're trying to convince him that you're elephant experts?
No, that we're professional supernatural hunters.
Okay, what do you say?
So, my friend Dorothy, and he gestures to Dorothy, is an expert in all things supernatural. Like, just look at how professional her website looks. And I'm gonna pull it up. Oh, wait, no, hold on. Fuck, do we have the internet? No, we don't. It's too old.
No, it's the same place.
I'm gonna pull out newspaper clippings that I have in my journal.
A scrapbook.
She's got published articles in, like, the paper. Just look at this, and then flip through all of the various newspaper clippings that I've collected.
All right.
And then you just see Dorothy with absolutely crazy eyes going like, elephants, clowns, carnivals. They're all connected.
See, look, her genius mind is working.
I'll admit, this is pretty convincing. All right. Look, you folks can help me out with the investigation, but I need to be with you the whole time. All right?
Okay. So I'm going to point and shout and say, look, Mrs. O'Neill is running away! And then I'm gonna get everyone and we're gonna book it.
Okay, roll plus cool.
Okay. I'll do this one and this one. Plus cool. Super cool. That's an 8.
An 8. So I'm going to give you a hard choice. You got to pick one of your friends to leave behind.
Oh. Oh no.
That's probably going to be Jimmy. He's not going to understand what's happening fast enough to leave with you guys.
Okay.
There's also crazy eyes Mickey over here just mumbling.
No, yeah, I'm gonna leave Jimmy behind. I'm gonna push Jimmy into the officer and go like, go catch Mrs. O'Neill! Even if she's standing right there.
She is just standing right there.
Then I'll push Jimmy into Mrs. O'Neill instead.
You see, as you do that and start running, Detective Duncan sees you starting to run and starts running after you, chasing you through this place. What do?
I just scream at the top of my lungs, you can't stop me! I'm gonna kill it first!
As Dorothy is jogging along behind her, presumably like next to Jenny, she goes, Dewey. Are we killing the police officers?
As those people all run away, Jimmy, you, Soda Pop, Mrs. O'Neill, and Detective Carl Woods are all standing in this circus tent. Probably near the back of the circus, probably not really in a tent area. Woods says, "What the hell? What's gotten into those kids?" And Mrs. O'Neill says, "Oh goodness, if these all clowns are all dangerous, then we gotta get somewhere safe."
Okay, yeah. Jimmy's gonna follow along with whatever they're doing. He's a bit confused, picking up and brushing off his notebook with the journal articles in them.
She brings all of you back towards sort of a trailer area where there's a number of, what would you call this? Trailers. There's places where people can sort of sleep and stay when they're not all working. And she says, we can hide in my trailer while we wait."
So, do you have any balloon armor that's effective against balloon swords? I'm asking Mrs. O'Neill.
Balloon swords, I don't know. I don't know if I have anything like that, but, oh, well, looks like you're here then. As she says that, you see, emerging from the shadows, 4 clowns surround all of you.
Oh no!
Oh boy. I'm gonna put away the baseball bat and take out the shotgun.
The clowns start closing in. What do you do?
I'm going to shoot the closest one.
Alright, go ahead and roll plus tough.
It
Sorry,
sure
Jimmy.
is a good thing that I'm tough. 7.
Alright. How much harm does your shotgun do?
3 harm.
3 harm. BAM! The shotgun direct hits on this clown. If it was a normal being, it would probably have died from that. But it continues to lunge at you and stabs you with its balloon sword for 2 harm. As it does that, you see that Detective Woods pulls out his gun and begins firing into the mass of clowns, but is quickly mobbed and slashed with a bunch of balloon weaponry and starts to fall to the floor. Soda Pop clings to your leg and says, "What are we gonna do?"
Do I think that we're gonna die here?
It's not unlikely. Right now, most of the clowns are focused on the detective,
Okay.
but you could potentially escape.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Soda Pop, the best thing to do in dangerous situations is to run away. I'm just gonna start booking it with Soda Pop.
Excellent. Go ahead and roll for me. Plus cool.
Oh no! I got a 4.
Okay, yeah. You start to run as quickly as you can, and as you do, you trip over the clown that you've just knocked over with your shotgun blast, and there's a that's echoed by all the other clowns as you tumble into the dirt. The clowns stop attacking the detective and quickly rush over to you and Soda Pop and restrain you. And you see Mrs. O'Neill walks over to you two and says, "Well, I suppose it's not ideal, but the more the merrier. Take them to your mother." And they start to drag you off. In the meantime, Dorothy, Jenny, and Dolly, what are you guys doing?
I'm filled with bloodlust. And I heard the siren's call of more gunshots farther off, most likely, because shotguns are very loud. But I'm on a mission, and I've already been snubbed once. I can't be snubbed again. So I just keep booking it for where I know the brood mother is.
I'm following along because I deliberately didn't choose guns, and now all I have are knives and a thin wire.
As you're running, you hear the echo of from all over, and you hear one right next to you.
There's so many of them!
We're at a circus!
And jumping in front, just right in front of you, you see the Danny Clown.
The Danny Clown, the young one? But he's aggressive.
Yes, he's aggressive. He's foaming at the clown mouth.
Then I don't care.
What do you do?
I have my elephant gun in my hands. I'm just gonna point blank. I don't even know if I stop running.
Roll plus tough. To shoot a child.
Hey, he's aggressive. It's self-defense.
We are also technically kind of children.
We're underage.
That's true. We're all 16.
That's a 7.
Yeah, you definitely get him, and as you continue running past, he's able to slash at you with his little sword for 2 harm. How much harm does your elephant gun do?
4.
Oh my gosh, he's just laid out. If he wasn't a clown, he'd be dead. But he's a little bit goofy silly in terms of his biology at the moment, so he doesn't immediately die, but there's a hole in him.
Yeah, balloon brains.
I feel like Jenny was following the group because that's what she was told to do. But she's dazed because this is her first time tasting human blood.
Uh-oh.
I mean, technically.
It's balloon blood, actually.
True.
It was just sawdust and confetti.
Would this clown monster blood trigger anything in zombie Jenny? Or would it still be similar to her eating regular food and it's not like flipping the switch yet?
Actually, I think it's disgusting.
Okay.
It's like, tastes like rubber and like,
Ugh.
you know when you've had too
Play-Doh.
much cotton candy and you have a little bit more and like you want to throw up? It's
Yeah.
like that. That's the experience.
Ew.
Okay. So she's been running behind them and like wiping her tongue on her uniform to try to get like as much blood out of her mouth as possible. And then she heard the gunshot and she looks up and she sees Danny on the ground, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And then she's gonna just like speed up a little bit so she can be prepared if another clown attacks.
You move to the vanguard of your group as you continue running. You do see some clowns as you're running, but they all seem to be going towards the same direction that you are. The policeman running behind you said, "You just shot a... What the hell?" As you all converge onto the tent for employees only. The door is already swung open, and you can see, being held by clowns, is Soda Pop and Jimmy, as Mrs. O'Neill seems to be standing near this large mass of colors and more clown detritus as it begins making sort of these low sounds with its huge mouth.
As I see everyone, Jimmy's gonna shout really loud, "I think they're cannibals!"
As you're running, you run past the fallen body of Detective Woods. Is that right?
Yeah.
Detective Woods.
Duncan was behind us.
And you hear Duncan goes, "No, he was just a week from retirement."
Everyone's ready to retire.
As you finally pull up in front of this huge mound of clown detritus. And Duncan stops just behind you seeing this thing and goes, "Oh my God.
I'm gonna kill it.
Can I attack the proprietor whose name I keep forgetting to write
Mrs.
down?
O'Neill?
Mrs. O'Neill.
Because are we attacking from behind?
No, you are in front.
What? Why? What's the point?
As you arrive, Mrs. O'Neill holds up a hand and says, "Not a step further." That wasn't her voice, she was British. "Not a step further. If you come even a little bit closer, I'll feed these children to the clowns."
Do you got your thing? Your thing? You got your thing, right?
Me thing?
Yeah, your thing! The thing I specifically asked you to have!
Yeah, I do. So I take out the hairspray and the lighter. And I just go, "Give us your friends, or we're burning the place down."
Mrs. O'Neill, she looks at you, and she says, "Darling, I don't think this would be the best look for you and your family, would it?"
Jimmy's gonna turn to Mrs. O'Neill and say, "Wait, are you doing this because, like, the circus isn't cool enough anymore?"
"The circus is very cool. You just
not
don't
that
get it.
cool.
I mean, like,
It's really super cool.
is it though?
It's pretty lame, actually.
I mean, who is it geared towards? Even as teenagers, we didn't really want to come here. We just came here for the elephant.
She pulls out a revolver and points it at you.
How far am I from Mrs. O'Neill?
You're a bit of a distance. There's like one clown between you and her.
But I'm a cheerleader.
That's an excellent point.
If I'm being honest, Mrs. O'Neill, I think the clowns are bringing down the cool level.
You won't think that when you're a clown.
I mean, I think I still will, because, like, I myself will be uncool.
He's pretty uncool.
Hey!
He's already a clown.
Dorothy's like shushing him really dramatically.
It doesn't matter. You'll just be assimilated like all the rest. It's a big word.
Can I? Oh gosh. Here we go. Do I have clear line of sight?
It's not particularly clear. There's a clown in the way between you and Mrs. O'Neill.
When is there not?
What about to the brood mother?
Same deal.
There's clowns. Can I manage to get like a trick headshot on Mrs. O'Neill?
As you're kind of thinking about how to do this, Brett Duncan, the detective, whispers to you. He says, "You said you were experts in this, right?"
Yeah, so don't get in
Heck
my way,
yeah.
detective.
I can get you a clear shot.
Then do it!
This isn't how I wanted my last week on the force to go.
Oh my god.
I guess retirement didn't suit me anyway.
Didn't he just join?
Wait, was the police force just getting axed? Is everyone this?
Oh my god.
And you see Detective Duncan rushes forward and tackles the clown in front of you, and you have a clear shot. What do you do?
I'm gonna take it.
What are you shooting at?
I'm shooting at Mrs. O'Neill with my elephant gun.
Roll plus tough.
Okay. I'm gonna roll my pinky die.
Can I try to help out by distracting Mrs. O'Neill in more conversation?
Yeah. Roll plus cool.
I roll plus cool?
Yes, plus cool.
I believe that's a 10 because I get a bonus from my moves.
Oh, hell yeah. Raina, you get +1 to your roll.
It's still not good enough.
What did you get?
It's a 6.
Damn.
No.
As you aim to fire off your elephant gun, you are quickly hit with return fire, taking
You would shoot a teenager?
3 harm.
3 harm? Uh-oh.
She says, "Stuff the big one," and no, that's not her voice at all. What the fuck? Hey, it's me, Mrs. O'Neill. Put the big one in. And the clowns, Jimmy, they start to shuffle you and try to force you into this big clown mouth.
I'm gonna try to stall by being like, wait, can you answer me just one question before you kill me?
You see, she holds a hand up and they stop.
Where did you get your elephants from? And where's the off switch?
If he's doing that, I want to attack any clowns from behind.
Please, I need to know for science.
Okay, yeah, you want to try and try and attack one of the clowns that's holding him?
Or like if I don't know how they're splayed out. If I can get to Mrs. O'Neill while she's like looking at Jimmy, I want to do that.
I don't think she would be as surprised.
All right, I'll grab one of the clowns with my garrote wire.
All right, go ahead and roll plus tough.
Oh god.
I was going to say now that the path is also clear to Mrs. O'Neill because Duncan has tackled the clown, I was going to lunge at her also.
Oh my god. That is an 8.
All right. So I think you rush over, put your grout wire around a clown, and then it just thrashes against you and is able to nick you with one of its balloon cutlasses, and you take 2 harm. But as you do that with your sneaky for an additional 2 harm, that's a total of, 5?
5!
The clown, after it strikes you, its flails get weaker and weaker until it falls limp in your arms.
I'm gonna try to grab Jimmy's arm and, pull him away from the other clown that's holding him.
Roll plus tough again.
I don't have anything in tough!
Me neither.
Me neither. We just
That's a
cheerleaders.
7!
You are able to push him out of the way, but as you do, you put yourself in harm's way, and you find yourself struck by the powerful mouth of the brood mother, and you start to be pulled in. And you take 1 harm as it begins to pull you into its large mouth.
Do I see this?
Definitely you see this.
Hold on. Does Mrs. O'Neill ever answer my question?
She's just dumbfounded.
Okay.
We need to know for science!
I'm gonna try to help out Dorothy because she's my hero. I can't let her die. She's gotta write this information about clowns in her next article. So I'm gonna try to pull her out of the broodmother's mouth.
Yes. Roll plus... Would this be protect someone, or would this be act... I'll make this act under pressure. Roll plus cool.
Okay. Hold on. I can make you look good. If you help out your hero, you may choose to change... Oh, wait, never mind. That's okay. That's not on my turn. Oh, man. I'm not cool. That's gonna be a 7.
At least it's something.
Here's what I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you... You can do this, but in so doing, your bag that you keep your scrapbook of all of the wonderful work
Oh, no.
that Dorothy has done is gonna go into the clown's mouth.
Yeah. Jimmy's gonna do this with tears in his eyes.
As your bag is ripped from over your shoulder, you're able to pull Dorothy away from the large clown's mouth. Now standing over you, you see Mrs. O'Neill and 2 remaining conscious clowns.
Oh, was I not able to do my attack on her?
Oh yeah, you want to go for it? Go ahead and roll plus tough.
Yeah. I meant to try to attack her while Dorothy was doing the thing with Jimmy. That's an 8.
Nice.
Sorry, that's a 9.
Nice.
Very nice. Yeah, she lets loose another shot from her revolver, dealing, what did I say, 3 harm?
Yeah, it did 3 to me.
Yeah, 3 harm to you, reduced to 2 because you're immortal. But you're able to kind of get on top of her and put your venom into her human veins. For 4 damage, correct?
Yes.
She, too, is paralyzed from being a human person. She doesn't have any special powers, she just has a gun. And she says, "Oh, good, oh no!" And she gets knocked over, and she says, "You'll all become clowns. The consumption is inevitable."
Not if I can help it, and battered and bruised, because I only have 2 health left.
Oh no.
I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna take a shot with my elephant gun at the brood mother.
What happened to your flammable shit?
I don't care about that, I just need to kill it.
That was the way to kill it!
Yeah, because someone saw that they were scared of fire, right? I don't know who. I don't remember who.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't that it kills them, it's just that they stay away from it, right?
No, it's the thing that harms them.
Oh,
That was the question I asked.
that's right. Okay.
Well, we're dead. Alright.
Not necessarily. Okay, fine. I like to think that I have a strap with the elephant gun, so it's just slung over the shoulder, basically. But I'll walk up and with the hairspray and lighter, just unleash.
You see all of the clowns back away in fear as you spray fire into the heart of the clown brood mother. Its mouth opens wide as it shrieks and burns all of its pieces of clown detritus.
Stop.
turning to ash in front of you as it screams and melts into a pile of nothing more than ash. All of the clowns around you shriek along with it as though their connection to their broodmother is being severed. You see the bright-colored clothing, the big noses all fade away as their clown DNA is removed from them through the death of the broodmother.
Wait, so clowns are people?
Hard to say.
Needs more investigation.
Is there a head left behind?
The only thing left is the head of a clown.
Which clown? The big clown?
The big clown.
I'm taking it. It's mine now. It's going on my wall.
There's no more space!
I don't care.
You hear sputtering coughs as Detective Duncan stands. A balloon scimitar pierced directly through his chest. And he says,
He was only a week from retirement.
I was only a week from retirement. Promise me something.
And looking like I'm straight out of the movie Carrie, I'm just gonna look down at him like holding the clown head.
What is it?
Promise. Get Frost, get her to a hospital. And also that child that you shot. Because they're, I assume, not a clown anymore, so they might be in grave danger.
We shot a child? Jimmy's gonna look around at the rest of the group.
I didn't.
Did you see and then proceed to shoot Danny with your big gun?
No, Mrs. O'Neill did.
No, it was definitely you. I was there when it happened.
Oh boy.
The course of my life has been altered dramatically by one day.
I think so has ours. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm sorry. I expected them to all melt with the brood mother. I didn't think they would come back. Oops.
Did Mrs. O'Neill taste like the clowns?
No, she tasted like a person.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
I think I'm currently feasting on Mrs. O'Neill.
We're not surprised, Elaine. No one is surprised.
Elaine, let me ask you a question. Do you think it tasted good?
I'm a zombie. I feast on human flesh and brains, and this is the first time I am eating human.
You're going
flesh
with
and
yes?
Yes.
You're disgusting.
Elaine, the resident cannibal.
I have to. It is part of my curse.
Everyone, let's pretend to be shocked.
You chose this curse.
You could have just been hungry about other stuff. You didn't have to eat a person.
Well, zombie does as zombie does.
No, it's just Elaine. It's just Elaine.
And we freeze frame. With the phrase zombie does as zombie does. And that's been the name of the horror film we've been in the whole time.
Oh no. And there was only one... Actually, just kidding. There were 3 civilian casualties.
I promise my next character won't be a cannibal.
Don't make promises you can't keep.
And that is the end of our Monster of the Week Halloween special.
Yay! Happy Halloween!
Yay!
Happy
Good job,
Halloween!
Josh. Yay!
I hope you guys had fun playing. I hope everyone had fun listening. I had a bunch of other stuff I wanted to... not that much stuff, but other things I wanted to do, but we just ended up looking at elephants. So
Now we all know how Nico feels.
at least Nico gets another episode.
That's it for this special. Join us again in 2 weeks for episode 9 of the regularly scheduled campaign. If you want to see character art, the cast's favorite seasons, or cast music recommendations, check us out at Beholding Out for a Hero on Instagram, all one word, or twitter.com/Bofa Podcast. We're using Wizards of the Coast's Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and The World of Eberron by Keith Baker.